Hello, hello. This is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with an energy update. So, welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. Thank you for being here. Also, thank you for all the comments. I haven't had time to answer, but I will answer them all. I appreciate the support, the love, the questions. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so what's going on in the universe? Again, so many things. And again, things are going so fast and quick. I haven't been able to come on here before just now, even though I wanted to. I can't keep up. I really can't. Things are moving very extremely quickly, and it's good. It's amazing. It's just a really big shift for a lot of people when it comes to their own timelines. Um, I think it was in my last video or one of my last posts on social media where I was talking about Trigger Town, going into Trigger Town, talking about the duality in between the two extreme or the two ends of the same wave. The one, those or the people that are in the front of the wave and the ones that are in the back, or whichever way you want to see it. That's not the point. The point is to say that there is still a lot of duality playing out. And for a lot of people, things are just like changing very quickly for them, as if they didn't see this coming, or they had lost faith and hope that things could get better or could be better, because for a lot of them, they had been working so very hard without really seeing the results of their effort except in small doses, and it was getting heavy on them. And there's the other end of the same wave, which is Trigger Town, where people are being triggered left and right. And whenever that happens, whenever we are triggered, we need to always remember that it's for a good reason. It's for us. It's a form of resonance that we have inside that shows up as a trigger for us to release that energy. Usually it's to release something that is painful or that is no longer serving us, or there I am with my or. It seems like I replaced the ends with the or. Like I said before, I don't script these energy updates. It just comes out. So it's to trigger something to heal, obviously, when we're getting triggered. It's, like I was saying, a form of resonance that is taking us to a space inside ourselves that deserves to be looked at, that deserves to be cared for, and may ask for some investigations, because sometimes it's not easy to understand why we're being triggered. Sometimes we have to dig deep right in the middle of our being, in our body, to understand what that emotion is, in fact. What's behind the emotion? What's the energy behind? And why do we feel like we need to either defend ourselves or completely close ourselves off? Because when we're triggered, it's either we feel defensive or we want to, move away from it. And in fact, it's the opposite that we need to do or implement or practice. It's whenever there is some form of fear, aside from a fear for your life, a true grounded fear for your life, fear is a really good ally and a really good guide that deserves a lot more attention than a lot of people wish or are giving to the fear. The best way to get rid of fear is to go right in it and face it. Usually, if we're a little afraid, like still somewhat comfortable, but at the same time afraid, this is a good indication that this is the direction that we need to go in. that this is the path that we need to walk on for a while. It's usually a sign that there's growth there. That's why it's scary. We're afraid to let go of the old stuff in order to go reach the new stuff. Anyhow, so Trigger Town for a lot of people. It started just a little before the new moon that was last week, and we're going towards a full moon on October 1st, if my memory is good. Close to that, anyway. And we just had the fall equinox. So, so many movements in the universe affecting all of us in our energy and in the way that we ground ourselves to the earth and to this unified field that we live in. So, a lot of people at this point are probably asking themselves, where am I going? Because I have no clue where I'm going. I have no clue who I am anymore, and I don't know where I'm going. And that's a very uncomfortable space to be in. But the more you take a look at it, the faster you're going to get through it. If you choose not to get, real with it, it's going to follow you. So by looking at it, you may find out that you still have some things that need to be healed and released. And actually, this is going on for pretty much everyone, that healing process is very important and deep at this point. And I'm not even talking about twin flames, the MDF. I'm talking like everyone. It's a very thick process, if I can say it this way. By thick, I mean it's deep. It's the texture of it is completely different than what we've never ever been through before. Even for those that have been doing lots and lots and lots of healing, you may be very surprised at this point to see what's coming out. Stuff from past lives, lots of karma, lots and lots and lots of karma being solved. And if you're in the twin flame connection, where it can get tricky is sometimes one twin will pick up stuff from their twin in their energy body. And it may show up, as weird physical sensation, pain, physical pain, and it's real pain. At the bottom or at the start of everything, we are made of many kilometers of fascias in our body. These are envelopes surrounding all our organs, our tissues, our muscles, surrounding everything in our body. And if we were to take the fascia out of the body, it would come out as one string, and you could probably do go to the end of the world with it. It's super long. And whenever we have an emotion that is not expressed, it goes in the fascia. And there's an imprint there that stays there until it is released. That's why sports is so good for managing stress, and that's why yoga is so good. That's why a lot of therapists or doctors will recommend sports. Even though it is absolutely true, it's not true for everyone or in every case, especially with the twin flames. It can happen. It's not that common, but it still can happen. And if I allow myself to say this, it's because I've been through it, and it took me so many years to figure it out. And from the moment I figured it out, it was time to find someone to help me physically. I had all these body pains, and I knew they weren't mine. I knew they were coming from my twin, and that was even way before we met. And after we met, I still knew it was from him. That was validation when we met. It was validation that it was part of his energy stuck in my body. And it would manifest for me as physical pain, like blockages, like huge blockages in the body, like my body being unable to move freely and just, carrying all this weight. And from the moment I realized that, I sat down and I started meditating even more to understand how to release it. And I started to understand it. I started playing around with past life stuff. But even then, after years, I still had like some pains and I still knew it was coming from my twin. And all of this to say that the healing process is really a multi-layered process. And if I link back to the karma that I was talking about, it's surprising to see like how much or the nature of that karma still going on in some people and maybe even in yourself even. It's surprising to see the nature of it, even though you've been doing a lot of healing. So imagine those who have not started or those who have been running away from it. I mean, this is not like a bowl of ice cream type of thing. It's hard stuff. It's painful. And it's very demanding on the body, on the mind, because it's easy to feel like you're wasting precious time trying to heal something that you cannot touch with your hands because it's energy. So yeah, so like I was saying, any unexpressed emotions go into the fascia, and it takes a physical manipulation to release that and let that go. So either through sport or through some form of physical therapy, massage therapy, physio, like something to help you release that. So for those that are in Trigger Town, like, my word of encouragement is don't give up. Please go ahead and do it. Do your work. You can do it. The universe will never throw something at you that you cannot deal with. And at this point, to really help with the karma release, the best way to do it is go forward with both feet and all your being. Be yourself with all of yourself, all of you, all the time. Speak your truth all the time, and you'll get through it. There's no other way around. You'll get through it. So that's what the new moon and the fall equinox brought to us. And then when the full moon comes, I mean, it's going to be release time, heal time, purging time. So there's still time to get prepared for that full moon so it doesn't hit so hard, but that cleanup phase, and I think I was saying that in my last video, that cleanup phase is absolutely necessary to keep moving forward and to keep you from being stuck. So if we look at the twin flame stuff, there's a timeline shift for a lot of people. A lot of the divine masculine are going nuts. Not because they're having a hard time, not because some of them cannot see clearly why they're going through what they're going through. They wish they knew, they wish they had some form of support, but they don't seem to find it. And that story is true for a lot of spiritual people and light workers, and whatever label we want to use here. For most, it started on a very lonesome path. Not lonely, but like it started on your own and you couldn't find the support. So you were pushed to go inside and find out the treasures and find out the clues, the hints, the informations, the stuff that you needed to learn to unfold yourself and your true person, your true personality, your true colors, and your, I want to say, vibrational map, because that's an ongoing thing. So you kind of were pushed to go inward. So the divine masculine is being pushed to go inward, but again, there are some still able to resist going inward because it's not so easy to do. So if you feel that you're in that type of connection, forgiveness and empathy towards your twin is two major tools to play around with. Of course, they are pushed to open up their gifts, but at this point, everybody is. And there has been, since the new moon, a huge shift in the third eye. I'm seeing more and more people with their third eye wide open. But when I say wide, wide open, I'm seeing more and more people that are experimenting visions for the first time or saying it out loud for the first time. Because a lot of people, including me, at one point I was getting visions and I was not saying anything about it because I wasn't sure what they were. Until I realized, oh, I had that all my life. I just never paid attention. I just never paid attention. And when I started paying more and more attention, things started to shift, to go smoother, to get easier. I had more abundance showing up in my life. And the more I was getting into it, the easier it was getting. So this is going on for everybody, but it's more pronounced on the divine masculine side because a lot of them had closed up their third eye and it's time to open it up again. For others, though, it always has been opened and they're just using it in everything that they're doing. And they're searching or looking for their soul family. They're looking for people to connect with that are like them so they can share their experiences, talk about it, and not feel like they're crazy. So for a lot of them, depending on what happened in your twin flame connection in the past, but if you're part of those that had a rocky start or a rocky relation with your twin flame, trust me when I say that they know what you were going through at that time and they just couldn't see it because they weren't there yet. They just weren't. And now they do. Now they see it. And that projection that they were doing on you, do this, do that, yeah, but stop doing this, stop doing that. They realized that it was coming from them. They realized that you showed up in their life to show them something, to reflect them something that perhaps they weren't able to see completely at that time, but now they do. Now they do, and they're working on it. And this time around, because it's not the first time, but this time around, what's different is that they were partly able, to forgive themselves. They don't feel as guilty any longer. And if you're part of these people that do feel that you're releasing karma that may belong to your twin flame, they feel that as well. And it's going to help them to move forward. It's going to help them to do the work that they need to do. And when I say move forward, I say move forward in a good sense, not move forward in, being self-centered and only thinking about themselves, but more like move forward on the path, on the right path. So that's good news, really, when you think about it. So again, things are moving very, very quickly. And what I want to say is really, it's time to go deep either way. If you're feeling like shit hit the fan in your life, go deep. Go deep and go clear that up. And if you're on the opposite side and you feel better, you feel like there is expansion in your life, go deep. Go deep. And go even deeper in that direction to help the other people, to open up the path and to just, See who you are on the other end of that energy cycle. Because the full moon is going to hit, and I'm not saying it's going to hit like the people that feel great. It's going to hit everyone. So it's going to show up in a way that needs that you need for your own expansion and evolution. And if you've noticed, also, like, just like to go off that subject a little bit, if you've noticed, you're probably feeling your body very differently. You're probably able to release or heal old stuff that you haven't been able to for years. You're probably seeing that you're losing weight or changing shapes, and that you have a different effect on people. They are either smoother, softer, kinder with you, or you're seeing those looks of, that person looks, good, looks sexy, and they're attracted to your vibe. So just to go back to the full moon that I was talking about, um, I've said that before many times, but I'm going to say it again. This one sounds or feels like it's going to be cutthroat, like no mercy. It's time to change. We need to change, and we encourage you to change and to go, in your direction, your own direction, to play the role of your life. Um, the universe being in an unconditional state of love will always give, I want to say chances, but that's not exactly the right word here. But, give support. Let me say it this way, is always willing to give support. But there is nothing better than supporting your own self and being supported by the universe. And that's what the full moon is about, is to reveal, to help us understand, or to reveal another layer of our true nature with our powers, our tools, our sovereignty. And when I say power, I'm talking about spiritual power, like being able to use alchemy, being able to manifest, being able to see, hear, feel beyond physicality. And the reason for that full moon and those energies are purely to make space for what's coming after, which is the physical manifestation of a lot of things for many people that are ready, that have been doing the work, and that have been working on bringing that onto earth. It already has started for a lot of people. Maybe you're part of these people, seeing changes in your life, seeing how the new people that you're meeting are much more on the same vibe as you, are much more aligned with you. It almost feels like it's too good to be true, but just a notch lower, not crossing the line. It almost feels like it's dreamy. Like, am I really like talking to this person? Is this real? Am I really living this, or am I dreaming? Because it is a manifestation of the new earth. It is a manifestation of what a lot of people have been working on for such a long time. It has already started, and it feels very different in terms of energy. So for those that are being triggered right now, you have all my support and all my empathy. Like, I know what it feels like, and just don't give up. Keep going at it. And for those that are feeling like they're ahead of the wave, sorry, ahead of the wave, keep doing the work. Don't sit on it. The more people are working, the faster this thing is going, and the more people will be touched by all the work that has been done. So until the next full moon, just get ready, take time to chill and breathe and be happy, and keep doing the work. That's it for now. Thank you for being here and listening. You can follow me on social media at IndigoGirl555 on Instagram, Indigo Girls Readings on Facebook, and you can use my email at indigogirl555 at gmail.com. And until the next time, be well.